Hi again. And gee, I hope you're having a good day or a good night or whatever you're having now. High up in the clouds or, you know, cruising for bruising. that's a that's a song by Bastria. Anyways, uh what's a sunset? Like um, why is this happening to me? I fixed all my things. I fixed all the events. I actually went out of my way uh, to make this person happy, and then the circumstances that surrounded it all of a sudden just went kaboom on my face. Or this is a personal journey. I'm not, I don't think I'm getting to my destination. I don't think, why is the world so, why is the world so dizzy, and why can't I just go to where I want to go? Here's my sunrise. Let it be. You know this fantastic band, the Beatles? Look, they have this. I think it's the last um, radio. I'm sorry, the last recording before they broke up, and the title is "Let It Be." It's a song actually of Paul McCartney, and I'll recite it. I won't sing it. Nobody can sing it like Paul McCartney. Okay. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. And in my hours of darkness, she's right there in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. When you hear the song, it's so beautiful. And this is actually the story behind the song. Paul McCartney was going through a sad phase, a very, very sad phase in his life. And there was just so much trouble. And he slept troubled, and then his mom, his mother, his mom, came out in his dream. His mother, Mary, and she said, "Come on, Paul, my son, let it be." That's her, that's a mother advising her son. So I take the place of Paul McCartney's mother. And I'm going to tell you, whoever you are, whether you're a young teenager, a student, college student, an adult, or something, you will get into distressing, into distressing parts of your life. And it's not just going to happen once, twice, or no, 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 no. You see, these will happen because these events will help you grow into a more mature person. And what's maturity? You see beyond what is happening. You see beyond the turmoil. What should I see? If you only see the turmoil, you get depressed, you get stressed, and you wouldn't want to look at anybody or hear anything. Or if you're in the office, you just want to, I wish it's 5 o'clock already, especially in the workplace. People expect much of each other. All right. And if things don't work out, there is always somebody they're going to have to blame. sometimes it's you. And sometimes you can't just say, no, it's not me. You sometimes have to say, can we sit down about this? Can we talk about this? Oh, it happens. It happens also in a family when your mother is so stressed. She comes home and then she sees your your report card, your academic report card, and it says, "Wh- why why is your social studies low?" And you say, Mom, it's not low. It's no, no. Why is it your lowest grade? Actually, my mother never did such a thing. Whenever we'd show her our cards after each subject, tests and exams, she would look at them and she would have. My mother's a very strict person. Española. Española. And she's, a disciplinarian and all that stuff. A disciplinarian in all ways, You've you've got to learn polite lessons. You've got to learn how to speak to elders, how to speak to your peers, how to speak to others. She was a great mother. And after that, she just said, study well. She never said, study well and I want some honors at the end of the year. Now, wasn't her cup of tea. Okay? And my father, of course, he'd look at the report card and he would just smile. That's it. But there are some people who, when it's not even your report card or a paper, why did you just get 80? What happened? Weren't you pursuing line of 9? And then your mother gets into a really bad circle because she's worried about the helpers, and then she's got to buy a new stove, she's got to buy a new microwave, and then you come in with your card, and then the electricity bills come in. And she has personal affairs too. How about you and me? Oh, when I was in the advertising world, it would always be, I know I made my mom nervous, but I would always come really, really late back home because we were shooting and we were editing. And she was already asleep, and daddy was also asleep, and they didn't know if I got home well. But my dear Yaya, Erning, who stayed with us for 65 years, I think, she would wait for me by the garage door. And then when the service car would stop, she would open the gates for me. And of course, when Mommy asks her, what time did Dulce come home? She would say, she wouldn't lie, she would just say, a little late po, kanya lang, hinatid po siya ng private car, hindi po siya public transport. Okay? And then when you get your puyat already, the next day you have to wake up and you gotta go back to the office, or it's day 2 of your shooting and you're kind of like whirly, and everybody's telling you, Dulce, you gotta edit that by tomorrow because the clients want to see it in a day's time. Okay, so that's your world. That's your world. In the meantime, my mother's sick. Okay, so I gotta. How can I see her and all that stuff, and And now, when I'm in the teaching profession, all right, I'm like, all right, I put that down. Whew. Did I teach them well? Did I get to that point where I should teach this subject? In the meantime, the phone rings and somebody asks me, Dulce, are you gonna do the grocery tomorrow? Because if you don't, we might have some mess up with the fruit salad that we're gonna do. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, okay, I'll fix it and I'll call you. You know what's gonna solve your problem? Let it be. I'm not telling you to drop everything and be irresponsible. No. I'm telling you to just sit down and let these things run all around your mind and then prioritize. What am I supposed to do first? I cannot do all of this. What is my priority? And no one can tell you what your priority is except yourself. You'll say, this is my work life and my personal life, and they're all going boo boo. Choose your priority. It doesn't have to be the same priorities all the time, let me tell you. Or sometimes it can just be very simple, like, oh, for crying out loud, man, it's Christmas time. Wait, we gotta have a reunion party here because, my cousins and I want to get together and all that stuff. In the meantime, oh my, I gotta wrap all those presents, or it could be more serious. Like an emotional derailing. What happened? What happened there? Why don't they want to see me? What did I do that was bad? Ring, the phone rings. Hello, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Why? Okay, I'll do it. Okay, yeah, just give me maybe tomorrow or second day after, okay? Right now, I'm losing the book of poems of my daddy. And it made me cry this morning. So there are entanglements. You can't solve everything. You have to choose. And sometimes, after you choose, you just have to let it be. There is a divine force. Sometimes when we're too upset, we forget that there is a divine force who knows to solve all your problems. But in the meantime, that divine force is watching you because he gifted you with maturity, discernment, values, and respect for others and for yourself. So let it be first, because when you let it be, your soul will calm down. Now, those are what if I have to know by this time that I have to have the decision. You're not gonna get the decision on time if you're like that. You're not. Or you're gonna get the decision and it's the wrong one. Sometimes you just gotta surrender. That's what I do. I surrender. I surrender to the divine force and I say, I can't figure this out. I surrender this to you because you have the way. At the end of the day, you're the one who can figure out things. Although, as humans, He gave us intellectual properties, heart properties, soul properties that we should use to be able to discern, to be able to get peace of mind on earth. So, well, what you can't figure it out anymore and you're terribly soulful, just surrender and then let it be. In your surrender and in your letting it be, you put yourself in your own silence. And when the turmoil is gone, the troubles are gone, the expectations are gone, the angry people are gone, it's you. And your soul. And believe me, the divine is there, but He created you to be able to think and feel and decide. So let it be. Stay in your corner and breathe. Sometimes you don't even have to. You don't have to solve the problem at that particular time, for crying out loud, man. I mean, really. Really. Of course, at work you have deadlines, yeah, but you know, the more, if you're tortured here, how can you do your work properly? Huh? You know what's going to happen? You're going to torture your workplace. You're going to scream at all the people around you because you think that if you scream at them, they'll all, just run around, get their stuff done. You know what it is? That's called pressure. You're pressuring other people because you're getting pressured. And guess who's pressuring you? Yourself. Of course, you have to retain your integrity. And of course, a high work balance, a high work output. Of course, you have to do that. But there's always a way to do that without you getting wonka. And then, what's more difficult is your personal life. Yeah. When you get into, maybe college and then finally adulthood, you get to have personal relationships with your friends and they're very close. You're very close. I myself, I am going to celebrate in 2024, which is next year, our golden anniversary with my high school friends and elementary school friends. 50 freaking years of sincere friendship. That's a car that started. Anyways, ain't gonna pressure you, man. Anyways, Uh, After that, you're going to have relationships with a partner of yours. I'm a woman. I'm going to have a relationship with a man. I'm a man. I'm going to have a relationship with a woman. Or we can have relationships between a man and a man and a man and a woman because that's still love. Now that's hard. If there is something that goes awry, then you think, am I the one wrong? What did I do? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen tomorrow? He keeps on coming home late. Now I wonder why. I wonder why. So let me call my friend. Then you call your friend, and then you say, why is my husband coming home late all the time? And then your friend says, why are you asking me? I don't know. I says, you're his co-worker. Heck, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Go out with him once in a while? Of course. Because I do work for him. I do stuff for him. He needs me in this job. And you don't know those. Come on, you know me. If I know what's happening, I don't think I should tell you. It's not my job. Okay, now you're distraught. And finally, for example, you meet your man and you say, I think there's something happening. Do you want to tell me? Well, if he tells you and you don't believe it, then let it be. You know why? Because that's the end of the line, okay? For you. Because you asked, you tried to filter out things. That's it. That's period. Okay? Then just surrender. Surrender because you did your part. Okay? Now, surrender and let it be. Then we'll let it be. It's like a deep breath. That's done. I believe in God. And when you say, let it be, that's one form of praising Him, honoring Him, telling Him, I believe in you, okay? So the ball's in your hand now. And God's going to say, at last. Okay. That's the only way to attain peace in this world. What's going to happen next when you let it be? I assure you, you're going to be able to handle it better. Because you're not strained, you're not pressured, you're not filled with anger, you're not filled with revenge. That's bad, okay? Before you fix the story, okay? Don't say, I'm gonna do this. Leave that behind. It's not your duty to revenge. Remember Shylock in The Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare? It says, what is my answer to you? He was talking to this Roman who owned him money. And Shylock, being a Jew, said, what is my answer to you? Why? revenge. You know, if you go on revenge, guess who's going to suffer more? You. You know why? Because you're gonna have, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you fail. Isn't that the most tragic? Huh? Okay. Sometimes we have what you always hear nowadays. Let go. Let God. Add a letter D after go. Let go. Let God. And please, don't give a time to God. Please, please, it's been so long. It's already been 4 days. Man, it's not just God time, okay? The guy upstairs has terrific timing. So you just wait. In the meantime, you go on with your job, you go on with your work, yes, you be happy. You know, I can tell you something, happiness is a choice, okay? You can't expect people to make you happy, your surroundings to make you happy. You choose it. Don't blame other people if you're not happy. Not their fault. It's the way you accept what's happening around. So your happiness is your responsibility, not anyone's. You can't even you can't even tell God, why am I so unhappy? And God's just being silent. So there, let it be. From the Beatles, and I'm going to tell you one more phrase from the movie Frozen. Watch that. The princess, the ice princess says, she had a problem, but the last line of her song was, let it go. The code never bothered me anyway. That's your sunrise.